Now, what I was saying is that me and my mom, and as well as my grandmother, are very close. And yes, me and Brother Brian have been talking about marriage, and I don't. I mean, I see, you know, me, doing things for my grandmother as well as my mom. And say, for instance, if I was to move to Williamsburg, or if I was to move to King William, um, you know, I want clarification in reference to, I'm like in the same situation that his wife is in. You know, I'm close to my mom as well as my grandmother. How do you separate, yourself from not doing every time they call, or, not doing something? And then when you get married, your husband is the head of your household. So if you could elaborate, or, explain that, I appreciate it.
The husband is top priority. I'm not saying that you just leave him and never talk to him. I mean that it's this real, like, closeness before you came married. You're always with them. Whatever they say, you do. But when you get married, it's the husband. You say, wait a minute, I don't know why I can do that, Mom. I don't know, Grandma, and that's fine, but I need to talk to Brian about that. Mm-hmm. And whatever he says, if he says all right, then it's all right. Mm-hmm. Family is close. We need family. But family can mess your business up. They get all in your business and tell a whole lot of stuff, and then they voice a whole lot of opinions. A lot of it's not true. So sometimes it says, keep your family in a distance. Mm-hmm. Stay over here.
Mm-hmm. Did they cleave unto their husband? Was their husband first priority?
Well, my mom, she isn't married, and my grandmother, husband is deceased.
And while they were living, were their husband top priority? You might want to ask them that.
My mom, she hasn't been married, and my grandfather passed away before I came around. Maybe I should ask.
Here's the key. All right? On the day of the wedding, the question is asked, who giveth this woman to be married to this man? These two leave father and mother and do what? Cleave unto your husband, and these two shall become one flesh. So when it comes to family, sure, they're family. That's my mom, that's my whatnot. But like Deacon Paul was elaborating on it, I'm married now. You gave me to him. You gave me to him. Who giveth this woman to be married? It used to be a time the man would stand up and say, I do. Nowadays, it's we do. In one wedding we went to, they wouldn't even let the man come. The father couldn't come. The mother walked her down the aisle, and the mother gave her away. And the mother said, I do. And so you're looking at, when you have made up your mind that you're marrying a man, then you are to cleave to that man and be one flesh. Now, anything that, Grandma might want in King William, Grandma have to say, what does your husband think about you coming? Can you come up today to help me out? Brian, Grandma wants me to come up to help her out. No. Or he may say, fine, I don't mind. I'm going to be out of town, so if you want to go up and help Nana do that stuff, that's fine. But everything has to be through your head now, once that happens as a wife. And so this was the thing that he was saying, that his wife can't seem to depart from the family. You know, whatever the family say do, this is what she does. It doesn't matter about what he says, but it's what the family say do, she do. And that's the conflict. Instead of saying, well, you know, family, I'm married to Paul now. If Paul wants me to go to North Carolina with him, I have to pull up stakes and go to North Carolina. You know, if it's in a, yes?
What was your point in the third beginning about the mother?
About the mother?
Yeah, and I think that it falls back for his wife, that her mother, I think, should have taught her, or
That you
spoke
leave.
to her before they were married. Once you are married, you're with your husband. now.
Right, right.
Now, I was taught that wherever the
Your
man I
husband.
married, this man, provide a home for me is where I should be.
Right.
That's what you're taught.
That's the old teachings.
But that was the teaching, that where your husband provide a home.
If it was in
where
a
he be-
matchbox,
That's right.
wherever.
That's right. Because you should feel the love for the person. Well, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else
Right.
other than where you are.
Right, right.
So you shouldn't have the problem, and within reason, it's within reason that you
Right.
talk about if Tamika's mother or grandmother wants something of her. It makes, you have to have your reason about it in your own
And I
mind.
think that they are reasonable people to understand that she's married now, and we can't
Call on her.
call on her every, like they do now, you
And
know.
like you say about who giveth this woman, well, it sounded like the woman was not ready to be given away. Because she was still so much into the family, which
Tied.
she was supposed to. You know, your whole mindset changed. When, long before you get married, that you make the decision that we want to be together. That's what that means. It doesn't mean, but I'm going to stay with my mother sometime and I'm
Or I'm gonna stay with my husband.
It's not wishy-washy. It's
No, no.
God, you and me.
yeah,
Yeah.
very true.
Acton told me to stop talking.
Go ahead, brother.
You shouldn't put any relationship before the relationship you had with your wife. You should put that relationship first.
Well, you know, that was one thing that my mother-in-law told me. That was one thing that my mother-in-law told me. She says, Billy, if I had it to do over again, I would not put my family before my marriage. I would not put my family before my marriage. You see, when a man is left alone, there's always somebody looking to satisfy him being left alone. So if you take care of your husband as God has says, and make sure that he is, because I think it was Ephesians, the 5th chapter. The Lord tells the man to love the wife and that the wife see to it. Let's get that. Ephesians, the 5th chapter. See to it. You know, and you know when you see, you hear the words see to it. Ephesians, the 5th chapter, the 33rd verse. And this is also speaking of what Deacon Paul was saying in 32nd verse. That this is a great mystery. But I speak concerning Christ and the church. Nevertheless, 33rd verse says, let every one of you in particular so love his wife even as himself. And the wife see that she reverence her husband. So if he's telling you, see that you do this, it is evident that some will forget or fail to do this. It is important that the husband be reverenced. It is important that the wife be loved as yourself. If it wasn't important, then it wouldn't be written. It is written for our learning and for our admonition. Sister Tara, you had your hand up there.
God bless you. I know I'm newlywed, so I probably can't say too much. But I know before Anthony and I got married, we kind of